the Tesla Poker kit. Let's have a look. Hey guys, Vick here, back with another review. Today we are looking at this. This is the Tesla Poker kit, a brand new mod from Tesla that comes with one of their existing sub-tanks. It comes with the Resin tank, the Resin sub-tank, which we have looked at a couple of times before. It's a very solid sub-tank, comes with mesh coils, top fill, nice capacity, all that good stuff. Overall, a pretty good vape. But we're mainly looking at this mod. What this mod is a dual 18650 poker mod. The reason it's called that, as you can see, it's got like a playing card on here. Mine's the Ace of Hearts on here, and there's a variety of different styles, but this one is the Ace of Hearts, and it's got sort of a camouflage-y, digital camouflage effect, but there's a range of colours and styles available for this. Rock solid metal enclosure. We've got a nice full screen with the classic Tesla menu where you navigate around the menu to change the elements. It's got the presets, it's got soft, hard and normal. You've got your TC in here as well, TCR. You've got your memory mode as well, so it's a fully functional thing. It's also got this brilliant thing that Tesla often do on their mods. It's got a lock. It's got a locking switch here, so you can actually physically turn it off. It's a physical on-off switch, which I always really like. Literally just one click of that and it is off, one click it is back on, and there's absolutely no way that that can accidentally change in your pocket or anything like that. So nice big screen, micro USB, minus plus fire, 200 watt mod, very interesting design. Let's dive down low, have a really good look at this, then we'll come back up top for pros and cons. See you in a sec. Okay guys, here we are down low with the Tesla Poker 218. Give you a nice little look around it. There we go, we've got these playing card style thing going on with the Ace of Hearts and the camouflage. I would have liked to seen it completely looking like the Ace of Hearts, you know, without the camo. I think that would be interesting to see what that looked like. I think that would be cool, but yeah, it's pretty funky. It's pretty funky. No mistaking it. It's a pretty funky thing. But there we go. So we've got the tank. I have talked about the tank more on the Falcons review. If you want to go check that out. It's a pretty good tank. It's a pretty good tank, but it's a push fit coil system, so it's a tiny bit leaky, but good flavour, good clouds, top fill on here, mesh coils, all that good stuff. 4 mil capacity or 2 mil capacity depending on which version you get. But that's the tank. I'll talk about it a bit more up top. So this is the mod. This is the mod. Poker 218. Got the 510 up here. 25 mil seems to be your complete limit. 24 actually looks best, I think, but it's a spring load of 510. No major issues. No major issues. Fire button on here. We got our on-off switch here as well. Minus plus micro USB, and the batteries are under this door, so you can literally just pull this cord to pull them out. No issues there. Nice sort of indication of size for you there. You got your batteries there, just a bit of room on top and bottom. Let's make sure we get that in there. Snaps on nice and well, and there's no play on the door at all. They're probably sick of reviewers talking about the play of the door, so they all seem to be pretty solid these days. But here we go. So let's switch it on. Switch it on. And here we go. This is the screen. So what you've got is no atomizer. Let's pop an atomizer on here. There we go. So we've got an atomizer on here. Now it says new and same, 0.16, 0.16. I find that slightly tedious. If it's the exact same resistance, you don't need to ask that question really. So there we go. But we've got our battery life at the top, we've got our wattage, we've got our resistance, our volts, our mode, we're in normal mode, we've got what wire we're using, Canthal, and then we've got our memory function here. Now the way this has worked on Teslas for a long time is you go 1, 2, 3, and then you can navigate through your options. So you can lock your ohms there, you can scroll through with minus and plus, going through all the settings. So when you get to norm, you hit fire. You've got norm, soft, hard and user. So if you want to do your own custom power curve, you can. Soft and hard, so it either hits with more wattage than what you've set, or less based on normal or soft or hard. But yeah, I'm going to stick with normal for now, but it's good that it has that feature. If we go 1, 2, 3, we go back into here, we can then change our wire type. So we can change to stainless steel like that, and we've got our Fahrenheit now on screen. If we go 1, 2, 3, we can now adjust our wattage for TC here. Click on that, and you can change your wattage like that. So all very easy to navigate. 1, 2, 3. Let's go back to Canthal. There we go. So we're back to Canthal. So as you can see, very easy to navigate, makes perfect sense, very user friendly. Always really liked this menu. Nice, sharp, bright screen. No issues there either. So that is how you use it, and that is how it looks. Pretty funky really. Yeah, pretty cool IMO. So let's go up top for pros and cons on the Poker 218 from Tesla. Let's go. Okay guys, that was the Tesla Poker 218 down low. First thing I want to say very quickly is, I know I've had a look on the Tesla website, and they do talk about another tank which may feature in this kit. Let's just have a look here. It's called the Talica Mini Tank, and so it looks like there's going to be a version of this kit with the Talica Mini Tank. I don't know anything about that tank. I haven't been sent that. The kit I have received is their traditional poker kit, which is the one that comes with the resin tank, for which there is a 2mm TPD version 1, and this big boy as well, which is 4mm capacity. So there is that. So if you've come here to sort of look at the Talica tank, I don't know anything about it, I'm afraid. I'm really sorry, that's not the what I was sent. So there we go. So that is that. In terms of pros and cons and all that sort of stuff, firstly, the one sort of standout thing that instantly grabbed me when I first got this was the the way the tank sits on the mod. Now, the tank is, I believe, 25.5mm wide, and the actual top of the mod is 25, and so the tank that comes with this mod in this kit overhangs on its own mod. The tank that comes in the kit overhangs on the mod it comes with. I don't know if I've ever seen that before, but that's a very strange one, and it does kind of, I'm not super OCD, but it does kind of keep catching my eye, and I don't think it looks great. So the tank that comes with the mod doesn't look great on it. So that's a thing. That is a thing. Speaking of the tank as well, we have talked about that in previous things. The flavour and the cloud production of this tank is really good. So is the longevity of the coil heads. My main gripe with this tank is that it's got push fit coils, and sometimes if you don't fit it exactly perfectly, it's a tiny bit weepy. It'll get a tiny bit of leakage from time to time when it's quite full, and if you don't have that coil perfectly inserted in the tank. But beyond that, it's pretty solid. The other thing I would say is, I don't know if the tank isn't a perfect colour match either for the device. I don't know if that's picked up on camera, but the tank is very blue and the mod is very green, and I don't know if it's a great match. I don't think it's a great match, to be honest. So the tank and the mod, they seem to be fighting against each other a little bit, but it's a pretty solid tank, and I'm really liking this mod. I've got to say, I'm really liking this mod. There's lots to like about it. First of all, it's got that classic size and shape. It feels like a 200 watt mod. It looks like a 200 watt mod. It's a comfy way to do a regulated device, this, you know. It just fits in the hand. It's like a thick, heavy pack of cards, basically. It's that classic style that the very first 200 watt mods had. and I have no gripes with that. I have no gripes with that. I think the design is not super my thing, but actually in the flesh I quite like it. It's certainly very solid feeling. It's a zinc alloy enclosure. It's very solid, very sturdy feeling, and I actually don't think the mod on its own, without the tank, I don't think the mod looks that bad at all. I think it's pretty trendy. The screen's very bright, it's very clear, very classic Tesla screens, very classic Tesla board. The navigation is very, very simple. You just do 3 clicks and then just minus and plus your way around the screen, changing the bits you want to change. It's very logical, it's very user-friendly, very easy to do, as I showed you down low. I really like this manual on-off switch. I really like them. I think all mods should have them. As you know, as I've said a million times on other reviews, when you on a traditional 200 watt regulator mod, when you do that 5 clicks off, it's not really off, it's in standby. If you use software to turn something off, it's never truly off. Whereas when you've got a physical switch like this, it's off. When you switch that off, it's really, really off. And so I do really like that switch. No issues with the micro USB. No issues with the screen or the navigation or anything like that. No issues with the TC or power output. Those are both excellent as well. So no major issues with the board, except one slight thing. When you do turn it off and back on again, even if the resistance is exactly the same, it still asks you if it's a new coil or a new tank or a new atomizer. And that's a bit annoying. Like, at least have that logic that if the resistance is exactly the same, don't ask, because that's slightly annoying. Every time I turn it on, I have to say yes or no to the coil thing, even though it's saying old coil 0.16, new coil 0.16. It's still asking me if it's the same one. It's clearly the same one, so that's slightly annoying. But beyond that, that's no big deal. But that's the only sort of actual day-to-day gripe I've found with this. Good battery life, solid, pretty cool looking, very well made, very affordable from Tesla as always. A pretty decent kit. I'm pretty much enjoying this as a vape, and yeah, I've got no qualms. If you've come to this review because you've seen this online, you think it looks pretty cool and you fancied getting one, no major thing to put you off. The mod on its own, I would probably recommend getting the mod on its own, to be honest, as opposed to the kit. But the mod on its own is pretty good, pretty good. Pretty happy with it indeed. So there we go. Let me know what you think in the comments. Is it your style or not? Like and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you on the next review. Cheers.